Hey guys, welcome to Trending Reviews. My name is Uma and today I'm going to be showing you my new Google Pixel 2 XL and I'm going to give you a comparison with my Samsung S8 Plus. So I've been using the Google Pixel for about 5 days now and I just wanted to give you an overview of how I can compare this with the camera, video and audio quality as compared to my Samsung S8 Plus. So let's have a look and let me know what you guys think and we'll get straight into it. Okay guys, so let's have a look at this first picture. So I went to the local park and I took a picture of the hills and some of the architecture that is there. So this landscape picture, the left one, as you can see on the Google Pixel 2, compared to the one on the right with the Samsung S8, to me it seems like the S8 has a little bit over the edge with the quality here, but just to let you know, the pictures that I have on the S8 Plus are turned on with the HDR mode, so it does enhance the pictures a bit more. However, the one on the Google Pixel, you can see a bit more of the sky, so you see more of the natural blue shining through some of the clouds there. Everything else seems to be pretty much almost the same. This next picture is of a little seesaw, and again on the left hand side it's a little bit more vibrant, I guess, except the one on the right hand side for the S8 Plus to me is a little bit sharper, but again this is not the best image to tell as we go into having a look at some of the different lighting effects. Now this next one is one I've aimed directly at the sun, shining through the clouds. Now there's a little bit of a variation in the color scheme here. So the one on the Google Pixel, you can see a little bit more of a sepia kind of filter coming through with the sun shining through those clouds. The one on the right for the Samsung, it seems to be a little bit more natural. I see more of the blue in the sky, whereas I see a very tiny faint part of the blue sky on the Google Pixel. However, having said that, I see more of the grass on the Google Pixel than on the S8 Plus. You see more of the shadows and the darkness. Some of the houses are a bit more visible as well on the Pixel. Next picture, I actually managed to catch a bird flying past as well, if you can notice there. However, the qualities are pretty much aligned here. I think the blue sky is almost on point in both pictures. You zoom in and get the same quality for each of the views from this angle. Both phones I took pictures in 16:9 ratio at the highest megapixel that the phone offers. So now I'm going to show you a couple of videos, and I have the optical image stabilisation on for each of them, and let's see how they look. So judging by the Google Pixel, it's starting off a little bit more steady. I can see that the Samsung is equally a bit more steady coming down the hill. Overall, it seems like to me the Pixel slightly is a little bit more steady on the video. But again, let's have a look at another video later on. Now just having a look at the portrait modes versus the selective focus mode on the Samsung 8. So from the front selfie mode on the Samsung 8 on the right hand side there, you can see a bit of the blurring around my glasses on the left hand side, and a tiny bit of my hat, whereas the one on the Pixel on the left there, you can see that it's managed to gather the lines perfectly around the shape of my head, the glasses, the cap, and blurred the background pretty well actually. So that definitely goes to the Google Pixel for a plus point there. So moving on, a couple of more images I took just walking through. You can have a comparison, see what you think stands out a little bit more. I tried to take one in different scenarios with trees in the way of the sky, places where there's a little bit more shadow. and you can see the vibrance in the water, for example, in the pond here. I also did a portrait mode versus selective focus mode on a leaf in the bushes here. I think the Pixel picked it up a little bit better because in the Samsung S8 you can see that the selective focus runs out a tiny bit on the right hand side, on the corner there. However, it's almost similar to the Pixel, but both very good quality. Now here's a selfie pic with the sun in the background. I can see that the Pixel wins here because you can see a lot more vibrance and higher quality in the face as well, whereas this is way too bright in the Samsung S8, and you can see the sky in the background is almost white, whereas in the Pixel you can see that actually the blue shining through as well. So the front camera is actually doing really well there. Now going back to the videos, now here's me just running down a path just to check the stabilisation. So you can see from there the S8 starts jolting a little bit more. Now I can see the Pixel is jerking a bit more than the S8. It's not as quite as smooth as I initially thought it was going to be when I first got the Google Pixel. Now if I'm being honest, I think there's not a massive amount of difference in the image stabilization for both phones. I think they both do a really good job, but it all depends on the type of activity you're doing to utilize that as well. So moving on, I'm going to take show you some indoor pictures I took. So this is of a plant with some lighting that I have in my house. Now just to see the colouring, I think the Samsung S8 stands out a little bit more vibrant in there, whereas the Pixel seems like more natural colours. But again, remember I did have the HDR mode on the Samsung S8. The next picture shows my TV screen with Philips LED lighting behind the screen. Now the Pixel stands out much more in this because it brings out the vibrance in the actual lighting from behind the TV, which you can see shining on the walls. Now this picture is when the sun has completely set. It's a cloudy day. From my back garden I can see the sky in the Google Pixel is a lot darker with the blue tint, whereas on the S8 you see the clouds as completely grey. Now I think the S8 wins on this one. I think that's what more realistically it looks like when I took this photo. So it depends on low lighting, the conditions, and the mode that your phone is on, but the S8 wins on that front. Again, this is a shot of the street in front of my house, and I think for me naturally it looks like the S8 has got a better photo on this one. The Pixel has a bit of a greenish tint to it, but overall not too far off from each other. Here's one of a tree. Now there's a big difference in this one. With the Pixel, most of the tree is hidden in darkness. This was completely at night time. The only light that you see there is coming from our lampposts, and on the Samsung S8 there on the right you can see pretty much all of the tree with the brightness coming down from underneath. It looks more natural and displays more of a real life scenario. Okay, so let's have a listen to some of the audio recordings from each of the phones. I used a voice recorder app on both the Pixel and the S8 Plus, and let's see how they both came out. So let's start off with the Google Pixel audio recording first. Okay guys, so this is the Google Pixel 2 XL audio recording. I'm using a voice recorder app to record this piece of audio. Now it's been reported quite a lot online by Pixel users, specifically on Google forums, that the Pixel 2 XL audio recording quality is a little bit high pitched and distorted. But let me know what you think in the comments below on the audio quality here, and we can compare this with the Samsung S8 Plus. Okay, so now let's have a listen to the S8 Plus audio recording. I use a very similar voice recording app, and I've recorded it at the same distance from my mouth to the phone, so the comparison has to be pretty much exact, but let's see how the results came out. Okay, so this is a audio test on the Samsung S8 Plus. I've seen a lot of good positive reviews online for Samsung's video recording, but equally there's been some positive feedback on the audio recording quality on the Galaxy phones. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you think this quality compared to the Google Pixel 2 is a lot better, or if you think you prefer the Pixel 2, then do let me know. But this is a good comparison just to see the difference using a voice recorder app. As you can see, even just from the waveforms right there, the S8 wins by far, and I know that a lot of people have reported on the Pixel audio quality in general being poor and high pitched and that kind of stuff. So the S8 quality is far beyond the one that Pixel can do at the moment, which is a real shame because I was hoping the audio would be a little bit better by Google, but unfortunately they haven't gone that way. But the S8 quality is more vibrant, it stands out a bit more, and you can compare very easily with one of the top end phones out there in terms of audio. So unfortunately the S8 Plus wins on that part, but I did have high expectations for the Google phone. Unfortunately that didn't happen, but hopefully we can see in the future some better updates by Google on the actual audio. Overall, if I have to hand it to one of them, it would most likely have to go to the Google Pixel, I think, because the portrait mode is a lot better than the selective focus. That's one of the reasons why I got the Google Pixel. And generally the quality is almost on par. I mean, these two phones are, in my opinion, the phones which have got the best cameras out there today. So I think overall the camera would win on the Google Pixel. The HDR sometimes will take better quality pictures on the Samsung S8, but again, that's your opinion. Let me know what you guys think. If you've had both of these phones, which one do you prefer, and which one has the better video quality, image stabilization, and so on. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that was useful, and hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you at the next video.